Hi, Merlin. I am here with Merlin Walberg, and my name is Sarah Jewell. I am with Positive Influence Marketing, and I am Merlin's social media expert. We are trying out something new today. We're trying out some video. So Merlin, how do you feel with the video?
Well, I am excited to do it, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking. I've never done it before, so we'll give it our best shot.
Yep. So just bear with us, and we would love to hear in the comments how you guys like this more personal side of Merlin. So just to get started, I wanted really the people that don't know Merlin personally to be able to get a feel for her personality and all about Diver Mojo and why this company is so special. So Merlin, do you want to take it away and let people know kind of how this all started?
Sure. Although first of all, I want to just say that, my heart goes out to all of us at this crazy time while we are at home, rather than being in the water, which we all as divers love. And I have such a deep, strong feeling that the good that will come out of this is that we as divers, when we do get back into the water, will all be even more committed to taking care of the ocean. And that part makes me really happy. And I'm also happy the oceans are getting a rest, even though it makes me sad not to be there. Diver Mojo started a few years ago after my youngest child said to me, "Mom, when you're thinking about the next part of your life and what you want to do and your background doing leadership work and consulting work, how about thinking about doing something using those skills, but for something that you really love, and like the oceans?" And I was like, I have no idea what you're even talking about. I can't, in my wildest dreams, imagine what you're talking about. And ironically, Diver Mojo was born out of that impulse. I only started diving in my 50s. Well, around 50, something like that, when my youngest child, the same one who had this idea, was about to graduate high school. And as a single parent, all of the previous 25 years were spent making money to get my kids to the point of being able to kind of be launched. And suddenly that was on the horizon. And I was a bit like a deer in the headlights, wondering, what am I going to do? Now that I don't have to spend all my time, all my money, all my attention on my kids. And I thought, what I would really love to do is to learn how to dive. And I did, and got completely addicted, as most of you who are watching this will totally understand. And bit by bit by bit by bit, got more concerned about how I could help keep the oceans that I love safe and all the fish in them. And Diver Mojo was born. It started with a contact that I have in Belize at a very special place on a tiny little island, an organization called Reef Conservation International. And as I was in touch with the director there, I said, "Hey, I'd love to come down and have a look and see what you're doing sometime." Someone I was diving with said, "Oh, that sounds really cool. I'd like to go." Someone else said, "Oh, could I go too?" And that turned into the first Diver Mojo trip, where we had 9 people who went to Belize for a week. And so it's really just gone from strength to strength, with people saying, "Could we do this? Could we do that? Can I tell my friends?" And that's the beginnings. This is my time, and I don't even have words to describe how blessed I feel to be able to live my passion and to be able to share my love of caring for the oceans with other divers. And I honestly don't know anybody who's a diver who would not care about the future of the oceans. What's tricky sometimes is realizing as an individual how much my behavior actually matters to that future. And so one of the things that happens on every Diver Mojo trip is each individual gets an opportunity to kind of learn more about what's going on in the oceans and how what we do makes a difference. And so there could be the tiniest little changes in our own behavior at home, the way we talk about things, and also as a diver, of course, our buoyancy and the contribution that we can make to what's happening in the water make a huge difference.
That's amazing. So besides the conservation, which is a huge piece of Diver Mojo, what else makes Diver Mojo as a company so special?
Thanks for that great question. There are a few really significant things. One is that all of the trips that we put together are unique. They will be might be to places that people have heard of, might even be using partners that other people use. However, we will always include an element of science, citizen science, and education as part of our trips. I would think this would be more common. At the moment, it's not so common. And so it's a very special opportunity for everyone to learn about coral farming or fish ID and data collection or manta ray identification or lionfish hunting, all these different types of things that we do on our different trips. In fact, we're learning about nautical archaeology on our next trip to Roatan. Always something unique and special about what we do and how we do it. The other thing which is very special about Diver Mojo is that the divers who come on these trips, divers or snorkelers, sometimes there are people who come who are not divers, create together a community where we are supportive not only of what's happening in the ocean, but supportive of each other. It's something that all of our travelers, almost all, not everybody will talk about this, have said, what is this? How is this so different? How do we get this kind of community and deep relationship in just 1 or 2 weeks of traveling together? And I don't really know the answer. I do think some of the answer is that people who choose to travel for the sake of their love of diving and also conservation are a certain kind of person. And so maybe it's just that those people who come together care also, they're just caring. And so they care about each other as well as caring about the ocean. It's fantastic.
Nice. And doing your social media, I'm not a diver personally yet. You will be who I go to. I can tell how close-knit your followers are that have been on trips together. How are they able, are they staying in touch after the trips that they go on, and how do they do that if they are?
Yeah, one of the things that we do, I think this is, I don't know if it's unique or not, but one of the things that Diver Mojo does before each trip is we set up a WhatsApp group so that everybody can communicate with each other, and I can communicate with everybody in real time about things which are helpful to them as we approach the trip. So it might be things about the immigration line at this particular country, and you should be in the left line instead of the right line in order to get through quicker, or whatever else it might happen to be. People, then all of the travelers have access to that, of course, and communicate with each other. Anybody have any thoughts about this or that or the other? And it does seem that after the trips, people are continuing to both share experiences from what happened on the trip and also to talk about things that are of interest to them going forward. The other way that we communicate with each other is by continuing to travel together. So really all of the people who've traveled with Diver Mojo either have already had a second, third, or fourth trip with Diver Mojo or are planning to do so. And obviously right there, that makes me, it touches my heart really deeply and shows that the experiences that people get when they do this type of traveling and diving are meaningful to them.
Beautiful.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Well, that is gonna probably conclude this series for today. And you guys let us know if you enjoyed the video and getting to know Merlin better, and leave some comments or some feedback. Merlin, how can people get in touch with you besides social media?
I mean, by email, it would be a great way, and it's Merlin, which is MERLIN, yes, just like the magician, at divermojo.com, divermojo.com. And please have a look at the website while you're at it.
Beautiful. Okay, we'll be seeing you again soon.
Bye.